Today is my birthday, 39 years young. So, because it's my birthday and it's episode 30 of the Flat Earth Fail Compilations, I thought I'd dedicate it to someone special. That means that every single video in today's Flat Earth Fail compilation comes from the most decorated Flat Earth Fail compilation member ever, Level Earth Observer. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online privacy protection easy and attainable, encrypting all internet traffic sent to and from your devices and ensuring that your IP address remains hidden to make sure nobody can see what you do online. On top of that, they block ads, trackers, malwares and phishing attempts, and unlike other VPN services, you can use it on as many devices as you like simultaneously. As you all know, this job takes a lot of my time, and me being on the internet means that I'm on it for up to 6 to 8 hours a day. The internet knows a lot about you, which is why you should care about your online data. Use Surfshark to encrypt your personal information and send it via a secure VPN tunnel so that no one can see it without your permission, which is great for protecting things like your ID. ID theft is an increasingly common and scary crime. Use Surfshark and its HackLock system to get alerts anytime that your email address or passwords are compromised. HackLock scans various databases of leaked information and notifies its users if their data is found so that they can take action. Click on the link in the description or go to surfshark.deals/SimonDan and use my promo code SimonDan to get a whopping 83% off and now 4 months extra free. Right, back to today's video, which as I stated at the beginning is a Level Earth Observer Flat Earth Fail Compilation special. 30 episodes in, and I thought it was about time that we dedicated one of these compilations just to him. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
Looking very Martian-like down there with a nice red soil. Now, as I'm sat up here eating me soup, I've just had a great idea for a scientific demonstration pop in my head. Bear with me.
If it's anything like the normal standard of scientific demonstrations from flat earthers, then I don't think it's going to cut it.
Now, up in this crane, this is a first for me, I've got a block cam. Some contractors like to use it, more so for insurance purposes. But I sat looking at this screen, just sat here eating me soup. I just suddenly thought, what an absolute gem to have that block on, that camera on the block. I can actually give you a nice centrifugal, industrial-sized test.
Industrial-sized centrifugal test, hey? Okay, for everyone watching who isn't sure what centrifugal means, let's just go over that quickly before we start. Centrifugal force is the apparent outward force on a mass when it's rotated. Think of swinging a bucket of water over your head at speed. That apparent outward force keeping the water in the bucket is centrifugal. So, now we've got that all sorted, let's have a look at Leo's test.
Spinning round, 2 different radiuses, showing the effects upon the block using the block cam. So I think I'm going to give you a nice industrial-sized centrifugal test over the next couple of weeks when I get a quiet moment. A little bit busy at the moment. But yeah, never used these block cams before. And I'm only going to use it for a scientific demonstration to annihilate the globe.
Whoa, hang on. Why can't you do it now? You aren't busy, you were eating soup.
Like I said, I'm going to do 2 turns, one in close, one out further out, to represent tower cranes supposedly doing different speeds on a spinning ball. And we're going to see the centrifugal type effects upon the block. And of course, a result of which is going to highlight the absurdity of the cannonball Earth flying through a vacuum.
Why don't you just do it now, Leo? I don't get it.
So yeah, that will be coming up soon. I can't believe it was just staring me in the face there, chaps. So yeah, look out for that. I'm very busy at the moment. In fact, I'm flat out, so excuse the pun, but it will be coming very soon. Nice industrial-sized centrifugal test to absolute annihilate the cannonball flying through a vacuum malarkey. Speak soon. Cheers.
We wait with bated breath, matey, although we might be waiting some time. Let's move on to another one of Level Earth Observer's favourite topics, the International Space Station. Let's see what he's got here.
Today an astronaut is going to lose his head and expose the ISS for the fraud that it is. All you're interested in here is matey boy's head when he gets up close and personal. Just watch his head as it disappears, it morphs, it bends, it overlaps. Great stuff. Take it away, me old mate. Oops.
Clearly Level Earth Observer hasn't heard or seen a 360-degree camera before.
Coming back for another run in a minute, which is even worse. Come on, mate. Show us how it's done. Show us an astronaut losing his head, exposing the ISS fraud. Oops. Let's see if we can catch our friend here. It's not a good look, me old mate.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't know how a 360-degree camera works. Massive, massive fail. A 360-degree camera has two lenses on either side of the camera, each with a 180-degree field of view, and that is stitched together. As you can see, the seams aren't always exactly right.
I'm sure you felt better than you looked that day. But again, an astronaut exposes this fraud unintentionally as the special effects department couldn't keep up with the space pantomime. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
By the way, interesting that he doesn't mention the floating ball at any point. Moving on, we've got our next video from Level Earth Observer. This time, the globe has lost its wings, apparently.
Today I'm going to show you how silly the globe Earth theory is, using 2 points of reference, the horizon, and of course the globe mathematics. Bear with me. And first we'll come here to Felix's high altitude jump for Red Bull several years back. Two things to pay particular attention to. Top left, his altitude, 127,520 feet above sea level. And of course, two, the horizon, the very obviously flat and very high up horizon that appears to be sort of, well, at camera height here, 127,000 feet. Impossible on a globe, and I'm going to give you a new way of looking at this that just highlights how daft this picture is on a globe, okay? Bear with me.
Hang on, Elio. Are you claiming that this jump did actually happen? I'm assuming you are, because otherwise you wouldn't use it as proof, would you? Interesting.
Now what I've done, distance to the horizon calculator, I put in Felix's observation height, i.e. the height of the balloon, and I've got a figure to the horizon, which is 438.2 miles. So we've got the figure to the horizon now from Felix's viewpoint, or height, I should say. Okay? Now with my figure of 438.2 miles, I've now gone to the Earth curve calculator, where I've put that in as the target distance, i.e. the horizon being 438.2 miles away from Felix. You'll notice I put in eye height 0. I want to know how much the ground, according to the globe maths, curves downwards away from Felix based on 2 points of reference. One, below Felix, the ground below Felix, and two, the horizon Felix is seeing, 438 miles away. I want to know, according to the globe mathematics, how much that horizon is supposedly curving from the ground below Felix to the horizon. I want to know. So we calculate.
But that's not how you use a curve calculator. Putting a 0 in at viewer height will tell the calculator that you've got a horizon of around 3 miles, not 430 odd miles.
And we get a ridiculous figure of 127,661 feet of curve between the ground below Felix and of course the horizon Felix is looking at.
Oh wow. And what was Felix's height again, Leo? 127,500 feet. Those two values are very, very similar, aren't they? I wonder why.
Bear with me. And now we come to this side profile showing how ridiculous this is on a globe. The 2 points of reference at the moment are Felix, 127,520 foot up in the air, and me, below Felix on the ground, okay? 127,520 feet below Felix.
Oh wow, he still hasn't put 2 and 2 together yet, has he?
Of course, the horizon that Felix is seeing was 438 miles away, according to the globe maths. Now I'll start from the ground up. I'm below Felix, and that horizon, which is 438 miles away from Felix, for me being on the ground, the horizon that Felix is seeing is apparently 127,661 feet below me while I'm stood on the ground. Think about that.
Okay, just have. Makes perfect sense. 38 miles off the Earth's surface is nothing. It's while the horizon is only 438 miles away. If you are trying to look at something that's 438 miles away normally, you can't see it. And there's a reason you can't see it. Because the Earth is in the way. You've even shown it yourself by putting in a viewer height of 127,500 feet.
I am on the ground below Felix. And according to the globe maths, the horizon Felix is seeing should be 127,000 feet below me, and I'm on the ground 127,000 feet below Felix. Think about how ridiculous that is.
He is literally saying it and doesn't realise.
Of course, when we go there, it's obviously ridiculous. You'd never see that horizon there. Particularly given the fact that globe maths says when I'm at ground level, that horizon Felix is seeing should be 127,000 feet below me. Obviously 430 odd miles away.
The problem here, of course, is that your picture is grossly out of scale. That balloon should be barely above the surface.
Clearly ridiculous, considering Felix can see it. Right there.
But 38 miles up is nothing. I'm fed up with this one. He keeps repeating himself and doesn't even realise why he's failing. Let's move on to our final level Earth Observer video for this month's Flat Earth Fail compilation. This time, he's going after those private space companies.
Let's check this out. The Guardian. Scroll down. How did Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin fail to dominate the billionaire space race? The company employs the world's top engineers and has access to unlimited money, but it's plagued by safety concerns and a toxic workplace culture. Well, if it's plagued by safety concerns, surely you wouldn't send a 90-year-old Hollywood actor onto a rocket, a system that's plagued by safety concerns. That in itself just gives the game away. But we're going to absolutely destroy this space race.
Come on then, Level Earth Observer, destroy the space race.
Courtesy of the winners of the space race, SpaceX. Because essentially the Guardian here are claiming that SpaceX, there's only one person in this space race, and it's SpaceX. They are the dominant force. Where are we? Let's have a quick look.
Well, they sort of are though, aren't they?
The billionaire space race is only a race by name. In actuality, there is SpaceX and everyone else. So essentially the Guardian's just saying, SpaceX are the only ones who supposedly delivered kit into low Earth orbit. They are the only ones in this space race, if there is a space race, okay? So they are the winners of the space race, according to the Guardian. Great, because the winners of the space race are going to destroy space for us. Bear with me.
Actually, they've opened it up for us more than ever before. But carry on.
So now the winners of the space race are now going to destroy the space industry for us, showing how fraudulent and fake it is. Filmed a couple of months ago, this is their Falcon 9 rocket, supposedly on the way to the ISS to drop astronauts off. On the way there, they had a bit of a close call apparently, with some space debris. Problem is, when we look a bit closer at the space debris, it's nothing more than a CGI bit of space debris. If that wasn't bad enough, the CGI space debris comes across our screen and actually goes straight through one side and comes out the other of the Dragon capsule.
Right. Let's see it then, Elio.
Kinda gives the game away, lads. You might want to have a word with the special effects department to get their act together. It's a bit late now anyway, but hey, perhaps you did it on purpose, because no one in their right mind would put this bit of work out as somehow proof of space debris, unless of course you were trying to expose this charade for the pantomime that it is.
So let's have a look at Elon's SpaceX give the game away. It's fresh off the back of winning the space race, they're now going to destroy space for us. Essentially, this is filmed from the internal camera on the Dragon capsule, which has just jettisoned the Falcon 9 booster, as we can see on the screen.
I'm itching to see this, are you?
Pay particular attention to the space debris, which comes from our right side of the screen, coming across to the left-hand corner. When it gets to the left-hand corner, it goes straight through the Dragon capsule and goes straight out the other side without leaving a hole. Oops! So let's have a look. There goes the jettisoned Falcon 9 booster. Rounds of applause for this pantomime. And here comes whoosh. And there goes the space debris straight through. And again, watch it go straight through the bottom left-hand corner of the Dragon capsule. Straight through.
Nope, it doesn't. This isn't actually space debris. It's a very, very tiny piece of metal that's floating extremely close to the camera. Perspective, hey? Let's take another look. Keep looking at the top right and you will see that it doesn't come from behind the spacecraft. It passes in front of it. Look. Now, because it's so close to the camera, it also passes in front of the object on the bottom left. Level Earth Observer thinks it's big and far away from the camera, so is expecting it to pass behind the object on the left. Not an easy one to spot, so I guess we can kind of forgive you there. Nonetheless, another good one sold for you there, Level Earth Observer, and I expect an immediate retraction on that one. Well, there we go, a quite brilliant Flat Earth Fail compilation this month, and a wonderful, wonderful subject for our 30th episode. To be fair, he has appeared in the most amount of compilations ever, so it's only right that we dedicated one episode just to him. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, then please do consider subscribing. As I said, it's episode 30. There's 29 other videos to watch on the Flat Earth Fail compilation, so please do check those out. Like the video as well if you enjoyed it. Just enough time to once again thank Surfshark for sponsoring today. Remember, visit surfshark.deals/SimonDan and use my code SimonDan, or click the link in the description and you'll get 83% off and now 4 months extra free. I have been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend and I'll see you all on Tuesday where Santos is back, but this time he's not talking about Flat Earth. See you then.